Daily is daily Vikings entertainment. We just want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl before we die.
I will ride with this group.
Seriously, man. Please.
And away we go.
There he is. 10 years in the National Football League trenches, a Minnesota Viking, and one of the greats, now retired, 12 and 13-year-old football coaches, dare I say, of his generation. He is the Rhino, Alex Boone.
I appreciate that. Thank you. That was... Stop it. I'd have you out for a game, but you know I'm not coaching right now. It's hard to talk about, but something about hockey being lame, like they always are. I don't know.
One of the great, I think, sports viewing experiences of my life was watching, was it 2 falls ago? Was it the 12? Yeah. I think they were the 12-year-olds. Mm-hmm. And I came for the championship game, the Eden Prairie 12-year-olds. Was it Orono?
Yeah.
You guys beat someone like 42-0 or something in the championship game.
It was great.
You were running stuff from the 49ers playbook circa 2013. It was pretty wild.
Insane. We ran Wham. We ran Crunch. We ran a whole bunch of wild things. I still have all the wristbands saved on my wall from all the championship seasons. I'm super excited because every year we used to build the playbook a little bit more, and it started when we were in 3rd grade. Our 3rd grade team played in the 4th grade league because that was during COVID, and so all the 3rd grade teams shut down, and obviously myself and my assistants were like, we're not shutting down. And so we were like, let's just go in the 4th grade league. We ended up coming in like 3rd place that year, and then the next year we ended up losing to the other Eden Prairie team, and then we had won it 2 years in a row. So it was like we had a lot of fun. We grew the playbook. Dude, we had so much fun. We had a core nucleus of guys. Dynasties. I know. And then one day everyone just snatched it from me, and they were like, no, you can't coach. And I was like, it's all right. I didn't want to anyways. It didn't break my heart or hurt me, and I'm not bitter about it. Probably why I don't talk to anybody from Eden.
It's okay. You it's like Jimmy Johnson. You little flash of a dynasty, and then move on to.
Yeah, it's time to move on. And sadly, it's sad to say that, but it is time to move on. And I feel really brokenhearted about it because I put a lot into that team and this association, and I feel like I got nothing in return. And I kind of warned everybody, like, hey, I need you to back me on this one, and they didn't, and it really hurt me. So it is what it is. I'm here with you guys more now, which is great. We get to do that, and this last game, dude.
Yeah, I want to know a couple of things. So we'll just, before we bring the film up, because we're going to be film centric here on these trenches episodes, and the film is going to be like it's a lot of bad stuff because the game was ugly offensively, but I'm bringing it to you through the prism of what went wrong and what are the solutions.
Right.
So we're going to point out problems and you're going to bring solutions. And I got a couple questions off the last couple days here too. I do want to shout out before we dive in here. Our friends at Roku here, so you can see behind me this glorious, beautiful. This is a 43-inch Roku TV here, Rhino, and you can, like I've turned it into artwork basically. Just Score North and OLine Committee logos. You can find Booney on the OLine Committee. Teron Armstead made his
what a great day, huh?
On the OLine Committee today with Jeremiah Searles, Alex Boone, myself. But yeah, Roku is the best TV you're going to find for sports viewing. One, because they have different sizes that fit any room in any home or apartment. You're back in college, you got an apartment with the guys, whatever it may be. It's also just easy to find sporting events with their search functions, the Sport Zone. There's a million different platforms now. Roku makes it easy, whether it's sports or entertainment, TV shows, to gather around and to find whatever you want. Be entertained. Roku.com, America's #1 streaming platform. Better TV for everyone. Roku.com or shop at a retailer near you.
Phil, you want to hear something crazy? I have that exact TV, that 43-inch Roku TV. I have the exact one. I love it. It's amazing. I have it in my workout room. It's awesome.
It's great. Yeah, it's just it fits right in there.
It right does. Right on the wall. It just mounts on there. It's a perfect fit.
It is beautiful.
But yes, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. What were we talking about?
I guess what are your just general thoughts? Vikings are 1-1. JJ McCarthy swimming in the deep end, high ankle sprain. Now Carson Wentz confirmed to be starting. Offense. Part of the deal here was, all right, McCarthy's going to jump in, and the infrastructure is going to be foolproof. Right. Okay, well, from the infrastructure, you take away one of the best number 2 wide receivers in the league, suspension. Mm-hmm. Christian Darrisaw hasn't played yet. Now Ryan Kelly just suffered, I think, his 4th career concussion. Yeah. So at one point in that game, you were down to your 3rd-string left tackle who's never played before, a 2nd-string center who's never played before, and a second-game quarterback. Aaron Jones now put on IR for 4 weeks. So, I don't know. Your thoughts on what's happening here with the Vikings after 2 weeks?
I mean, obviously they're super beat up right now. I think the one thing that we all were kind of hoping was that CD would be here, right? Like he is the missing piece to me because a lot of this starts with him. When you have a guy like CD up front, you don't ever have to worry about what's going on with the left side, right? And not only that, but you have a new left guard, right? Trial by fire. We're the twist. I'm sure you have it on there. Got home. Like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, welcome to the NFL, right? Things happen really, really fast. I know a lot of people are quick to throw this team right now like, oh, this is it. I knew it. I knew this was happening. This is JJ's day. And there's a lot of people that are like, hey, I think this is a low-key. They're benching him. I don't think it's any of that. I think it was honestly you didn't have enough plays in the game. The sample size was so small. It felt like we were passing the ball a ton because every time the ball got thrown, it was either an interception or he was getting sacked in the backfield, right? Like he had some great plays to JJ, and there was that one to Thielen that ended up being a catch, which I think shocked all of us because it popped right out as soon as he hit the ground, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is just the luck that's going on today. But when I looked back at it again today, because I had to rewatch it, I was so mad in the moment. It's like, KFC, why are we not running the ball? Well, you watch the film, you're like, man, all we did was run the ball.
It was like a 50-50 split. They just didn't run any plays.
50-50, yes. But the problem is the Falcons had 60 plays, and they were 2-1, right? They were running the ball. It got going right away, and I'm not saying that they were gashing us the whole game, but they were effective. If anything, they were getting 5 yards a carry, right, which is effective because anytime you're looking at 2nd and 5, it's way easier than 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, or even 2nd and 10, right? Those are different downs. It changes the offensive coordinator's mindset. All of a sudden, he's a little panicked. But, like, the whole night, you're just mad because you feel like every time he's dropping back, it's either something bad or he's getting hit, which is leading to a fumble, which is even worse, right? Like it's all of a sudden, it's like, this is just, why are we not handing the ball off? And then you rewatch, you're like, oh, we did. We handed it off a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, we handed off a lot more than I thought. And they were doing really, really well. And I get why you have to throw it. Eventually, you do have to be competitive. But now it comes down to the whole fact of, I really think a lot of it is not having CD, right? Like you talk about a lot of those sacks. And I'm not saying that they were all on the left tackle, but School got really cooked on one that was like, dude, he took the quarterback up over end. Like, that was bad, right? Yeah. And then you talk about maybe a misdirection where the running back was going the wrong way, like there's miscommunications. You said it, Mackey. We're still young on this team. We're still all figuring each other out. Maybe the worst thing was that we didn't play a lot of preseason football because the one thing that you look around this league is the teams that did are looking really good. They're kind of like, you know what, we know who we are, we figured ourselves out, and those little growing pains, we're over them, right? That's what the preseason's for. To stumble, get back up, and go, okay, let's not do that again, right? This is like the end of the preseason for them. They didn't, what did they play in one game?
Yeah, the starters played like 12 snaps in the preseason.
And you played in like 40 snaps in the first game, and you played in 40 snaps this game. You still haven't even hit 100 snaps on the year, and you're into the third week of the season. Like,
and the irony is, you do that mostly to protect against injury, and even when you protect against injury in the preseason, what happens? Your center gets a concussion.
Well, that's
your
the
left
problem.
tackle's not ready. You know.
Harbaugh always had a great, and ding me for this, and you know the Colt fine. But Harbaugh and Solari and everybody over at the for sure, Colt's fine. They all had a very, very strong opinion, and it was, we need to callous ourselves over training camp. We need to beat ourselves into submission so that by the time we get to the season, we have smoothed everything out. All the edges are smooth. You guys are calloused up. And the little nicks and dings, they don't hurt as much anymore, right? You can handle those because once the season gets going, you don't realize when you really like sprain a wrist or you dislocate a thumb and they put it back in. You're kind of like, okay, I'm good. I'll figure this out. But for the most part, if you haven't done that, by the time you get in the season, you're like, oh, man, this really sucks, right? And then all of a sudden you turn around, you play the next game, and you're like, man, now I really feel bad. Now you're still getting callous. Like, that's why I always love the fact that, like, those coaches always believe that hard work was good for you. And I've said this since I left the league. They have gotten soft, and I don't care what anyone says. I don't want them to get hurt. This is a great example. This team right here is a great example. I don't want anyone to get hurt. Well, your quarterback's hurt. Your center's hurt.
They might get hurt. What if they get hurt? Oh, they're all hurt in week 2.
They're all hurt right now, right? The whole point of the game is to kind of play through the hurtness. And in order to do that, you have to get hurt really, really bad, and your body has to just start recovering and going crazy, and you get into the rhythm of things. And it's really maddening because I know this team is good. And I know everyone's kind of really just giving it to them, right? Like, they're like, oh, the Falcons, oh, God. And it's like, okay, calm down. Okay,
Falcons have some juice, not to like make excuses.
We're not gonna make it worse than it is, Matt. Come on, we're not gonna put lipstick on this pig, right? It is what it is. We are gonna eat this bullet, and it was a bad game, and we're gonna work through it. But I'm telling you, a lot of it is number one, miscommunication, and 2, trying to figure out stunts and twists, right? Like one of them with Brian O'Neill, I'm sure it's on here. It's a 5-man, right?
We'll get there. Yeah.
Well, you'll see. Like,
wait. Well, let me go back to the Darrisaw thing, because you hammered that point, and then we got into some other stuff. But it had me thinking about for years and years, like the current version of the 49ers has kind of been ride or die with whether Trent Williams is the starting left tackle or hurt.
Yep.
And I'm on OLine Committee a couple of years ago. We were tracking like, boy, they're 12-0 when Trent Williams plays. Now they're 16-1 over their last 17 games. But when you take him out of the San Francisco offensive system as a cog, then it's like they're 500, and I'd have to go see what the latest update is on that. But
it's
it
rough.
feels, and now the Vikings won a bunch of games without Darrisaw last year, so it's not that you can't win games without your star left tackle, but it does feel like it's being glossed over since the middle of last season that you're taking away a top 3 left tackle from this thing and the first 2 games of the season, and then wondering why is the offense kind of boggy. Well,
right. Why are we giving up so many sacks? What's going on?
It's not an excuse, but it's a reason for why the team is not playing as well.
No, absolutely, and you're not at full strength, and we know that. Like when you're missing someone, it just doesn't feel right? And then all of a sudden you start to feel the pressure, and the quarterback's getting hit, and all of a sudden everyone's kind of like, all right, well now we're really going to be under fire, right? Like now we really got to figure this out. It's just, and it's hard to describe, but when you're not in like cohesive togetherness, like one of the guys is missing, it's like there's a big gap in the middle, and you're like, this, no matter who you put here, it's not going to feel right? Like we're missing our dude, and by the way, our dude is one of the top left tackles in the NFL right now, so it's like this is a huge miss. And like I said, it's not all School's fault. There are other things, but it just leads to what's going on in KOC's mind when all of a sudden he sees the left tackle give up a massive sack right in the first like drive series. It's like, okay, now what runs through your mind, right? Like, God, do we have to protect ourselves the rest of the game with this? Like, I can't imagine what it is, but I do know that having him back will be massive for this offensive line. And missing Ryan Kelly, huge miss in the middle, right? Ryan's super smart, super tough, been doing it a long time. They're going to miss him, and they're going to need him back. But that's the problem is when they tell you the number of concussions, it's never good, right? Like he has a concussion, could be like, oh, okay, well, he'll be back maybe in a week or 2. When they're like, yeah, he's got 4, you're like, okay, I'll see you in 6 weeks, bud. Like they're going to hold you out so long, and they absolutely should, right? Like one thing you're never going to be able to fix is your brain. And I'm telling you, I have friends that I think at times people think mine's gone a little bit. You don't ever want to mess with that, because I've seen, and I have friends, and you're like, dude, this is what they warned us about. Absolutely get what they were saying now, and it's terrible, and I don't wish that upon anybody. And seriously, a concussion is, for those that have had it, it's the fact that you're so scared. You know, like you don't know what's going on, and everyone's trying to tell you, and they're like, it's okay. And you're like, but it's not, because you're telling me it is. That means it's not okay. Like you're reaffirming to me that everything is okay when I don't know who I am or where I am. Like what is going on? And I just remember like when I came to, they were like, oh, he's back. Thank God. Oh my God. He's not crying anymore. I was like, how long have I been crying for? Jesus, I have never cried. And they were like, dude, you've been crying for 48 hours. I was like, I'm okay. I'm okay. They're like, you are not okay.
Everything's going to be fine.
I
think you're right. I think you're right, man. Like I think it's going to be because of Ryan Kelly's history. I'd be shocked. I highly doubt he's available this weekend. And with that bye lurking in like 3 weeks, you can kind of maybe just push it out. But that means that at this point, Michael Juergens, who was a 7th round pick a couple of years ago,
Michael. Yeah,
but he's never really done this before in a regular season game. But now you have Carson Wentz coming in, who has, for better or worse, been a better quarterback.
We're taking some wild turns, Mack-a-Dack.
Who makes the calls when you have one more question, then we can get into the film here.
Oh no,
when you have an inexperienced center, but then you have a quarterback with a decade of NFL experience, but playing in his first game in the system.
Stop it.
Who makes the call?
Who do you think's making the calls?
Carson Wentz.
Doesn't Carson Wentz have a Super Bowl ring?
Kind of.
Don't be that guy. Nick
Foles
there,
has a statue.
Listen,
and Carson Wentz was.
Carson Wentz got him there. Okay, calm down. That's my whole point. Is the dude has 10 years. Like I get what you're saying. It's like, hey, he's new here, and Juergens has been here since last year, so he understands what's going on. But there's no way that you're going to ever. And this is kind of always the rule in the room. Is and the coaches love to do this. They'll do the highlighter thing where they're like, you see this guy right here? You see this guy right here? You know who trumps this guy? You know who trumps this guy? Nobody. Nobody trumps that guy. And they'll be circling the quarterback. You'd be like, you ever talk to him some type of way? Nobody. And you're like, okay, got it. Like, he might be a total moron, but they're right. Because the minute you start arguing with the guy throwing the ball, it's never going to end well. So I think in this situation, they're like, listen, Carson, you have total control. The offense will be super dumbed down, right? Like, we're not going to go crazy where we're all experienced and going nuts. At the same time, up front, let's keep things simple. Let's run the ball. It's weird to say this, but like I said, like, let's get more plays than 40, okay? I don't know that I've ever played in a game with 40 plays. It's so weird to me because the sample size is so small that it's like, before they can get going, the game's over. I don't know what's going on. Are they taking too long to get up to the line of scrimmage? I don't know what's going on.
Well, it's pretty simple. You got to get first downs to earn more
Well,
plays.
that too. Like, all the third downs are sacks.
You can't convert a first down.
And that's why, because
they're three for 9 on 3rd and 4th and 2 or 1.
Yeah, well, that 4th and inches on that first one, boy, that's another thing. Like, if you're KOC, you're already starting to panic, right? Like, you went for it on 4th and inches in the beginning of the game on your own, like, 30, and you didn't get it, and now you're like, oh, boy. Now we're really not feeling the heat, right? Like, everything just started to collapse on itself early. And at the same time, I thought he did, and hear me, I thought he did a good job. I thought he was running on 1st and 2nd down. And then you're right, on 3rd down when it counted and he had to throw it, it was a sack, right? A sack fumble. Like, you're like, dude, what is going? Why are we making these boneheaded mistakes? When you pull up the film, pull it up. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
You did this to yourself, Mackey.
Here we go. So this is going to be what I did was I just went in here. Let's go back to the beginning of the reel here.
I was going to say Walter Rouse is in there. We're late in the game. Here we go.
We'll get there. But
we're going to get there.
So this is early in the game here. But what this is a reel of pressures and sacks given up, and obviously we're going to be shining a light on a bunch of problems here. I'm curious to hear from you. What went wrong, and is it fixable? Because that's
all this is fixable, by the way. Everything is fixable, 100%. That's why I don't really worry, right?
So we'll run these from the side angle and from the end zone cam here too. Click that like button and the subscribe button, by the way, if you enjoy these breakdowns on the Purple Daily channel.
Go in motion to a 3x1. I love it. I love the motion. We always know what motion's trying to do, right? Motion's always trying to show us what's our coverage. What do we do?
Man
we know
coverage,
we're man.
Right?
There we go. Once we start running, we're man. So now all of a sudden I'm looking for my rub routes, right? Everything's kind of taken right here. We're not surprised. They're doubling Jefferson, right? Taking everything away.
Was he kind of quick to bail there? Or was there a let me go back here. Was there a throw here?
You know, I want to see this from the end zone more than anything.
Okay. Let me run this one more
because time. That right there could easily get someone out of their zone, right? Like, and it's not anything that you think. It doesn't have to. I know it doesn't have to be drastic, but when you look at it from the other end, you're going to see this white flash come across the middle, and it's going to spook you a little bit too. And you're going to be like, "All right, you got to run, dude. You got to go." And it's not really anyone's fault because I would say this is picked up, right? Like, they're in an overload front. We know they're going to pick the guard in some sense right here, but see right there. See how he sees 11 coming around, and he's like, oh, man. And not only that, but there it is. It's 55, too. See how he's got Will Fries right there? Like, he's looking at this, and he's like, this is not going to end well for any of us, right? It's either going to end in a holding. And what happens is, on this situation right here, we call this an overload look, right? You're always alert someone's getting picked. I don't know who it is, but in order to not get picked, you must get depth. Now, he does a great job of getting depth. I just think that at times guys go a little bit too out there, right? They slide out instead of back. And going out at times can make you a little bit late. See how right here he gets in the gap? The linebacker's in the gap. And number one, a little bit of it is because go back maybe 2-3 frames.
Yeah, hold on a second.
You're good.
We get this little circle off the screen for you.
What did you do? Will does a great job. See his drag hand right there? You can see his hands hanging right there. And he's basically going, I know you're probably going to pick me. This hand will start to grab you. And once it starts to feel too much pressure, it should start to collect. And there's our problem right there. And you know I love Ryan to death, but he doesn't punch the penetrator. You must always punch the penetrator, because if you don't, he gets into this gap in this crease right here, and the guard can't do anything about it because we're not strong on our inside. Why? Because my inside foot is up.
And Ryan has to move off and
well,
get 11
Ryan
coming
should
around.
have punched him over to Will and then used his momentum to get back over here. But I mean, JJ does a great job of getting out of trouble. Number one, right? Like, this pocket is collapsing a lot more than we thought from the sideline. From the sideline, it looked like he had a lot more, doesn't it? And now you're looking at it and you're like, okay, I get why he's completely leaving now. There's a lot coming after him, and it's all because we didn't punch the penetrator. Everybody else is good here. We're all in good position, but the middle. And
This
there's
feels like a less than ideal posture
been there.
for a guard in that.
Been there. I know what that's like. It's okay. We deal with it, right? But
he thought about slinging one
he
across.
should
his
have right
body
there.
to Aaron
Right there, he
Jones,
should
right?
have. I agree. But the one thing that becomes an issue is when you get penetration up the middle. That's a problem, right? Pressure up the middle because it spooks the quarterbacks faster than anything because they don't feel like they can get away from trouble. And now the next time they see color, they're instantly thinking, is this going to be trouble?
They're twisting again on the left side.
This is the one that I was referencing earlier, right? Like, and not, by the way, we call this opening Pandora's box. The minute you've opened Pandora's box, Tony used to say that a lot, and you can't shut down the ability for them to twist. That's opening Pandora's box.
So once the Falcons in this case run their little twists and stunts early and it starts to work, then it's just
the last
like
play
fair
started
game to do it all game.
The last
right?
play showed them they can't pick this up. So now guess what? The whole, as Tony used to say, the whole Rolodex is going to come out. And this is it. This is another one. This is another set of twists and forms, right? We have what's called a single barrel walk up right here. It's half a Cali. We have one linebacker walked up. What is he doing? He's drawing you into him. He's basically like, listen, I'm going to sit right in this gap and force you to declare me, which means the center's going to slide to me, which puts pause. These two on the left on a one-on-one situation, right? We have our rookie blocking 98, and then we have school blocking 27. Now over here on the right, we're 3 for 3. And technically, if 0 dropped, Ryan could start to push through and help everybody on the outside, right? Like ideally, that's what we want to happen. But the problem is by doing this and drawing this up, you instantly know on the left side, here comes a twist. Like you know it's coming, right? And I love what Donovan does right here. He gets his hands on early. He starts to punch, but the problem becomes this guy. And it's so hard to simulate and practice a looper for the game. But look how like
he gets a little punch in there. Okay,
he does. But pause. Actually, right here. See how he's kind of outside of his frame. See how he's a little bit more outside than you want to be. These loopers come inside so fast, dude. They hit so. Look at that. You don't even have time to react, and that's the problem. Is he doesn't have time to get inside. Now he could have. He's just got to punch him and go. And it's one of the great things that Mike Solari used to tell us is like, a punch never hurt anybody because if it's a twist, you're going to punch him. See how he's kind of turned to the sideline? You're turned way too much. You should have just jacked him and started to filter inside right now because the only thing you can do right here is open the gate. Like see how that inside foot drops way back? Now you're not powerful, and that's a problem. And this guy doesn't even seem that big, but these loopers are so fast, and if you don't cover him up with your feet, you're going to be in trouble. That's why you can't continue to keep kicking out here as much as you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to set 1, set 2, strike, send him out to the tackle, and then get back in right now.
By the way, a couple things here. On Ryan Kelly, I'm going to ask you a couple dumb questions. So he's motioning with his left arm. It looks like, is he telling JJ McCarthy? Is he pointing with his thumb? I'm going. We're sliding this way. Watch the little motion that Ryan Kelly makes here. What's that?
He could be saying 5-0. So it looks like he's got his hand open. And obviously we all know a 5-0. The 5 of us are taking the 5 of them.
Boom,
and,
boom,
and
boom.
you know that where the center's always going because he's only taking the person touching him. Clearly the linebacker's touching him here. So this is
and what's tricky about this is because some people, and I think before I started hanging out with you and Jeremiah, I went, well, what the hell? What's Ryan Kelly doing on this play? Who's he blocking? Right. Well, even though 0 bails,
you cannot leave your
step,
assignment.
You have to commit to him because he takes a step and he's lined up in the A gap, right?
It's not that you have to commit to him. Well, yes, of course you do. You have to be there. You said Ricky. So the entire right side is thinking that the minute this happens, the tackle doesn't have to panic because he knows that the center's there. If he saw 0 drop, right? Like he thinks that 0 came, then he thinks they're all manned up here, right? Then Brian goes, okay, then Ryan has 0. Will has 54. I'll take 56, right? Now, right here, pause. You can tell that Brian can't see inside. The last thing he saw was 0 stepping across the line, right? So in his mind, and they always tell you what you saw last happened. Because you can't go, well, I saw him come, but maybe he dropped. You have to know for a fact. So in your mind, you'd say, worst case scenario, I'll stay with this defensive end. But see how Ryan's still going to the right? Because he said Ricky. And if you go left, they call that a sin. You can only sin it when you are 400% sure that everybody knows that it's a blitz the other way. So a sin would be like if these two on the right, they couldn't twist because if you sinned on a twist, you would screw somebody. But assuming you knew that they were going to line up like this and you were like, hey, just to respect Zero, we're going to go Ricky. But then they'd look over and he'd go, alert sin though. And that'd be like, hey, I'm afraid Zero's going to drop and 24 is going to come. And if we're in a 5-man, we must pick this up.
Okay.
So that's why you'd be like,
24 is kind of lurking in there too. Yeah,
he is, but it's man. It could be a man with the back. That's why all these guys are coming. Or it's probably man on the tight end. Who's he manned on? Let's see.
Looks like
he's on the tight end. Yeah, he's on the tight end.
So, by the way, for people who are new to these film breakdowns, when we have the end zone cam, you refer to right and left as from an offensive lineman perspective.
Always.
So, like when Booney says out to the right, he's talking about the right tackle, the right guard.
Correct.
Ricky would mean right. You use an R vernacular just for people that have never seen a breakdown here, maybe new to the channel.
It's a new season. I'm super excited as you are. Listen, it's okay to be excited about this team, okay?
Let's go, dude.
Stop it.
By the way, you know what's funny?
Searle's over here like, JJ. It's like, we're not allowed to have a bad game in week 2 of our first NFL season. I'm sorry.
It feels like 0-2 and disaster zone. If you pick up a win against the Joe Burrow-less Bengals, all right, you're back in the mix. You got the Browns coming up on your schedule. So all right, here we go. Let's dissect some more carnage.
Let's have some fun.
Okay, that's not.
Okay, this is. I know. This is.
Do you want the end zone here?
Yeah, this is a cluster, and this is where I'm starting. In my notebook, I put this on KOC because I was like, I don't know who I'm blaming, and in that case, I'm blaming the OC for this one.
By the way, look at the 21 personnel here. 2 running backs in.
Pony, baby. 21 pony. Love it. You know, pony means 2 running backs, right? And there's no fullback.
So 21 regular would be a fullback running back.
Correct.
The two meaning running backs. The 1 meaning tight end, and then that means 2 wide receivers, right?
Figured it out.
What's happening here?
Totally figured this out. Okay, I got this. Go back. Okay, it just hit me what this was. All right, so initially I thought this was an R array, some sort of full slide to the right, because watch School. He steps to the right, and so does Donovan. They both step to the right. So does Ryan. But this is where, like, when I was watching the game, I couldn't really figure it out, but I figured it out now. It's stutter pass left, right? So the left guard looks like he's pulling. Hold on. Keep going. See how it looks like he's pulling right there?
Wait, Donovan Jackson?
No. I'm sorry, the right guard, Will Fries.
Oh, look, gotcha.
He kind of gets lost. And the only reason I'm saying this is because Brian jabs down, and then he picks back out. See how he comes down?
Oh, he is about to pull.
So that's what we do on the backside of power. And so, see, before this got muddy because Will didn't really go out anywhere. He kind of gets caught in the middle, and then he starts to run. And that's why I was like, what are they all doing? And I thought it was an R, and 27 was supposed to be coming to the left, but it's stutter pass left. So we're faking power to the left. We're pulling our backside guard. He must not have pulled for some reason, which is fine. It's
a fake pitch to Jones, and you're supposed to have Fries coming out pulling and maybe clipping this dude here off the edge.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm sticking to this, I could be completely wrong, is because Brian's jabbing picking, and Ryan Kelly's coming back into this. And the front side would do this. They would collect one. They would ace back. Technically, this would be a slow back, right? Like if you're helping him, I'm going to go slow through this. We just don't get the puller on the front side, which is fine. But my problem now becomes like, go back real quick. Does JJ see that there's no puller? Because if he knows, but he can't because he's doing the play fake. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the fake pitch. So everything's happening so fast that he has to take his eyes off the screen. See right there? See how he looks to the left? Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden he's got to come back. And so he probably doesn't realize the puller didn't get out. And so there's a free runner. And that's why he took this sack. So, okay. I mean.
In theory, in addition to just trying to process NFL speed for the first time, he also needs to process.
Did my guard get out?
There's going to be broken plays throughout the course of a 3-hour football game. My guard hasn't come across my face yet on this design, which means this dude has a free run at me, right?
I mean, and not only that, but you're like, my $88 million guard did not get out in front of me. And it's like, hey, buddy, there's a reason we need you to get out there, okay? I mean, this is not good, right? Not good. And I didn't like that he picked him up. I'm going to tell you right now, you ever picked up my quarterback off the ground, we'd have had an issue. I have no problem saying that. Do not pick my friend up off the ground. I don't care who you are.
All right, we're in the red here.
We're in the deep red. Let's go.
inside the 10-yard line. Just gotta
Talk dirty.
play action.
This is
Just
This is
find
bad.
someone.
This
Nope.
is bad.
Hits
You know
the
what
top of his
happens
drop.
in the O-line room with this one? You get the remote thrown at your face, and I mean that. Like, I'm not kidding you. It's like, you know, the dad that's like leaning forward in his chair, and he's got his arms on his knees, and he's just frothing at the mouth, waiting for you to say something stupid so he could backhand your face. This is it right here. This is where he backhands you when he sees something like that. Look at that. Hey, my quarterback just went ass over tea kettle, bro. What are we doing? Our brand new rookie quarterback just went end over end. What are we doing?
By the way, can I point something out here that the play you just showed us, the cluster bleep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a similar concept in that you're faking a run to the right with a pulling guard to the right, who's picking up on the other side of the
Play
line.
action, right? What are we trying to do? We're trying to get guys to suck up. I love.
But
play
you're
action. This is the
marrying
same
some
thing.
concepts together here, which I kind of like.
course
They're
we
just
are.
they're just failing miserably.
Well, we're not failing miserably. The problem is he gets slapped on his outside hand, and you're beat dead to rights right away. Like, you have to be smarter than this. You can't see he's in a
this
good
little hand fight
position,
here.
but see where he throws his hand, and then all of a sudden it gets swatted. Go slow.
Oh,
Boom,
there you go.
right there. See that little lean right there? That's just enough to get you in trouble. Like, dude,
Let's
you
go even
gotta
slower
go.
here. We'll go real slow mo. This is the hand fighting stuff that wins big reps. So,
Dude, this is the hand fighting stuff that keep you up
Bang.
late at night. Like, you have to be really disciplined in how you're throwing your hands, especially in this league nowadays. Everybody's a hand fighter, right? Like, when I was playing, we had big beef eaters at times, which was great, but we weren't playing guys that were always with their hands. But when you are, you just have to be better. And I know that sounds so stupid, but it's so hard at times. But this is one of those moments because pause, in the moment right now, you are the last line of defense. You are it. There's nobody coming to save you. And by the way, this quarterback is faking the ball and then setting up. Like, dude, by the time he gets to his back foot, he's getting drilled. Right? Now, we've talked about this on the show. What is instantly running through this quarterback's mind? Bro, I can't even get to my back foot. In a play action, what is going on? He's already like, okay, now I'm getting pissed. I'm getting a little spooked back here.
dude, these first few,
they're not good.
It's easy to watch at full speed and think, man, JJ McCarthy is just in over his head, right? He's not seeing the field all these, and there is some of that. But when you break this down the way that you have, it is like he has no chance on some of these plays.
No,
So-
and that's I'm promising you, Phil. I went back and rewatched it, and I was like, man, I feel really harsh. I was harsh with KOC, and here he ran the ball 50% of the time. I'm like, run it more, dude. I'm like, okay, get more plays. You're right. We need less sacks on third down. Why? We need less MAs. Oh, my gosh, get him.
All right, we're going to go through some more of this here in just a moment. A shout out to North American Banking Company for powering Purple Daily this season. North American Banking Company is here to help give you a better banking experience, whether it's the basics, the blocking, the tackling, the checking, the savings, or whether you're planning something bigger like buying a home, tackling a renovation, setting up a new business. North American Banking Company, Minnesota-based since 1998, and they have 6 locations in the metro area. Go to nabankco.com/Mackey. I'll ding myself for that big baller fine of having my own URL. nabankco.com/Mackey. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Also, stop in and make sure that your car and or truck is ready to be tuned up properly at stop into a Menards. FVP Auto Parts and Menards are here for you this football season. So if you want to keep your car, your truck, your SUV running better and longer, stay tuned. From FVP, multi-system additive, safely and effectively cleans internal fuel and oil system components, helping your gasoline or diesel engine run cleaner and more efficiently. FVP Stay Tuned will clean carburetors and fuel injectors and remove carbon, gum, and varnish deposits. So stop into a Menards anywhere around the Twin Cities. They're also in 15 different states. And stock up on Stay Tuned from FVP because performance matters on the road and beyond.
Football.
Okay.
Football. Let's go.
To the film here.
Yeah,
Again,
so it
we're,
doesn't
we're
seem so bad, right?
diagnosing
Like
problems.
there's things that we're like, you know what? If that guy would have just gotten out, if that guy would have realized that this is like the worst time to get beat on that set, like, right? Like, it's okay. All of a sudden, we're missing Christian a little bit. We're like, hey, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. He's gonna be back. We're good. We're good.
Okay, this one, I don't know. You tell me what's going
This one, I always put these ones on the quarterbacks. You can't expect the old lineman to know what the hell's going on like this. Like if you're gonna break contain and you're gonna run through the middle of the line of scrimmage, like certainly you're on your own, right? Like what do you want everyone to do? Once again, they're in their overload. They don't really twist, but they end up getting to more of an even front. It's a great pocket. He just ends up going.
Yeah,
There's nothing
this is
we
either
can
a coverage
do.
sack or it's a McCarthy for bait. I just want to see.
Let's
if
go
there's
back. It's got to be a coverage. I hope nobody's open. I mean, so far that's been the theme, right? Like he doesn't have time. He's getting hit. He's got to get out. Everyone's covered.
Boom. That's pretty good coverage right there.
I mean, right now you're like,
boom.
he's got great protection. I'm sure he's just feeling a little bit to the right, and he's like, you know what, I could do better. I can get out of here. And he forgets these guys are pro players, man. They're gonna reach out and grab you from like 10 feet away. It's insane.
So yeah, there's not a lot to ding the offensive line for on this one.
No.
This is just it's a coverage sack. Maybe he waits a beat a little bit longer.
Game.
And maybe Thielen flashes open.
Second
So, all
game.
right.
Come on, we're good. Here we go. Little high snap. Same thing, right? Like, I don't really. I'm not going to blame this one on the O-line. I'm almost positive.
So Juergens is in now for the concussed Ryan Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
School is still in at left tackle, but soon Walter Rouse will be taking his spot. So the deterioration has begun here. Little high snap there from Juergens.
Which doesn't help anyone's cause, right? Go back real quick. I love this twist. This twist gets picked up.
Where are we twisting from?
To the right.
There we go.
Right there, baby. Look at that. See? Now there's no color. See how it's all purple? I love it. He does a great job of striking. Get him over to Brian. Does a great set. Look at that. He gets this snap with his inside hand where he Solari used to call it a snap, and I can really never think of a better term for it other than like a flick of the wrist, where when you punch them, you flick real fast and you kind of send them in a different direction and their momentum, right? See, like right there, he kind of like pushes him out to Brian. He does a great job, though, of not getting outside of his frame like we saw last time. I think it was that Donovan. Or no, that was him, wasn't it?
It was him, yeah.
Yeah, it was him. See how he's a little bit more centered? See, so now when all of a sudden we get the looper, do I see any white? No.
No.
It's
So he's square
We're
up.
good. I got nothing to worry about. I'm the quarterback. I'm good. I feel good about this. But, that little bit to the left right there, and same thing, coverage, right? I could get out of this. I can do better than this.
Let's look at these guys and just see.
Here's what's crazy about this whole thing, too. In a matter of 3 plays, we've gone from a really adequate offensive line to on the left side to we're in a new situation. Go back. This is one thing that I'm telling you right now, as an offensive lineman, cannot let each other get blown up like this. This is just so disrespectful.
Donovan Jackson gets
crushed here, and this is an ET, right? Donovan should see this. Go back. He should. It's hard to say. Once again, it's his second game in the NFL, right? But he has to know on this set because this is a lucky. We're going lucky to 0. So we start at 0. If he doesn't come, the 3 of us are taking the next most dangerous 3. If only 2 come as the left guard, I take 1 set. I throw my big right hand in his big ugly face, right? I mean, like, I mash his face. Doing that, pause. See how he throws his left hand?
Yeah, right in here.
Don't do that. Why? Because it turns you completely square, so you can't see the field. Keep it paused. If I just throw my right hand, I can tilt open my body a little bit so that I can see. Not even absorb it. I can see what's going on. It's a lucky. There is nothing inside that I need to worry about. If this guy inside goes inside, he becomes Juergens all the way. And this is the problem is he's too fixated on this, and we call this a 2-eye. And 2 eyes are, oh, man, they're a whole nother class in themselves, man. We will have a classroom about that. But right there, he's too involved inside right here. And at the same time, School doesn't get any punch on this guy. And it ends up running him right into Donovan, which, like right here, somebody should be hitting him. He should not be hitting Donovan like this. Yeah. Not at all. And pause it. This is the problem. In 3 plays, this offensive line from the center to the left side just got a little bit more scarier, right? But, like, where did we come from? Where is CD? Where is our starting center? Like, everything is starting to get magnified now. We have a rookie left guard in here. What are we thinking is going to happen, right? This is what we should be expecting. The right side is doing what they're supposed to be doing. We're picking up the twist. We should be expecting to go man the rest of the year if this is what our offensive looks like. Like, we're sliding left the entire time.
Man. Yeah, this I mean, in some ways, I feel like this is a more encouraging exercise for those of us that thought J.J. McCarthy was in the deep end too much, because there's some major offensive line stuff. But on the other hand, if Darrisaw doesn't play again, and if Ryan Kelly's out for a month, and it feels like the fixes aren't quite as
I'm telling you right now, if CD is not here this week, we are in for a long week, because Trey Hendrickson is he's on a mission. He's on a mission to get paid, and it's like he'll go through anybody to get it right now.
Booney, this is a 30-yard gain.
I know.
This is a 30-yard gain. Am I wrong?
No, look at that.
It's not a perfect screen pass, but Aaron Jones catches this, man. Like, this is.
I know.
You've got this all blocked up, out leveraged.
Oh, you know what else you have? Go back. You have the defensive end going inside on Brian O'Neill, which opens up this entire thing. Like, the one thing, and you overset this as a right tackle because you want him to go inside, because you want the running back to get that outside leverage. See how he's kind of oversetting him, and he's like, go inside.
So he wants to bait him to go in there, right?
Right,
yeah.
And then all of a sudden you get Aaron Jones to slip right outside. Will Fries gets through perfectly. Look how square he is. Donovan's getting out zeros. Like, oh look, it's a pass over here. What's this about, dude? Tell me about it.
Let's go back to the wide here.
It's trouble.
Look at this.
I think this DB's running with him.
He's
man.
gone.
So
he's
not
gone with
even a
Jefferson.
problem.
So there are literally two defenders on the half side of the field, and you've got them blocked up here. Oh, man. I mean, that's at least a 10, 15-yard gain minimum. If
we're first down for sure. I mean, we're good. We're good. Yeah.
So, again, it's there. It's dialed up. You got to throw more quick game, short passes. Well, this is one of them.
I know, dude. But that's the problem, is that we're like, we have to throw it, but then they do and they don't catch it. And it's like, well, they're not doing it. And you're like, but they are, but they didn't catch it. Okay.
All right. This is another one of the controversial ones of
it's not
the night here. You got to tell me what's happening here.
Calm down. I got this. Listen.
Let's pull
I don't like my job, but I'm a man of the people. So I'm going to say this right now. Pause it. Anyone that talks about Brian is going to get it. I swear to God. If I hear
people think Brian's washed after this play. Is Brian O'Neill washed? Let's watch this again.
Anybody in the media talk bad about Brian O'Neill, I swear to God, I'm coming for kneecaps. This is Brian being he got caught in the middle of something. This is a 5-man protection, clearly. This running back, Aaron, is a scat back. He is scatting out of there. He's gone. He's back there to make it think it's 6-man, but it's really 5, right? Changing up tendencies. Because if he's not there, then the defense knows for sure that it's 5-man, right? Well, at times, you've heard Jay and I talk, we like that better. Evens out the look, cleans it up for us, right? Because if all of a sudden you take 33 out of this picture, who else leaves with them? 55.
So 55 leaves, right?
Leaves. And that's
Let's
why
just
we
watch that real quick, just to make sure.
And this is how we know it's man, because watch what happens. See how he leaves, and he leaves with him right away. There's no question.
You know that. So basically, when people say, like, keep the running back in for protection, but sometimes you don't want to do that, because when he goes out on a route, he takes a defender or a pass rusher out of the equation, right? So, or a potential blitzer.
And go back real quick. Where's my strength? Is my strength to the left?
I'll give you the.
Yeah, it's 3-by-1 to the left. You know, this is...
Yeah, because Hawkinson's the third.
This is really interesting, because you know the drill about how we feel about this. We always like to slide to the will, because then when they see the pressure come front side, you have more answers, right? Like, it's really interesting. Brian does the right thing. We're in a lucky to 0. He knows...
Okay, when you say a lucky to 0, that means these 3 guys are picking up these 3 defenders?
Those 3 of those
this guy.
4. The most 3 dangerous of those 4 that come. Right?
So on this side, it's all accounted for. If all 4 come, that's on the quarterback.
If all 4 come, then the widest guy is on the quarterback. Correct, because the most dangerous starts with inside out. So the A gap becomes the most dangerous, then B, then C. So 0 is the most dangerous, then 90. Technically, if 31 blitzed inside of 11 and 90, he would be the most dangerous, more than 11. But since he doesn't come, 11's the most dangerous. Now, here's the problem. Brian knows that nobody has 55. He has them. We call this a big duel, and it's a big duel because there's a 3 technique. And Mike Solari used to say it's a big duel because the tackle has to wear the big sombrero, and he draw a big sombrero on the guy. It's so funny, especially on the whiteboards. And he'd do it just like that, and he'd be like, "You're the big sombrero hat wearing dude." Exactly.
That's more of like a forest ranger hat.
But this always bothered me because the guard's directly tied to this. If 55 hits it inside, the guard has to squeeze with him, but it's on the tackle to make you squeeze, right? It's his responsibility. If you don't do it, he's getting the ME. But both of you are watching him. Brian sees him step up. He does the right thing. He does listen to me.
Yeah.
Does the right thing. I just think he panics a little too early. Hear me.
Interesting. So JJ McCarthy. So
hold on.
Yeah.
I love Brian. I love him. I'm not saying anything mean or bad about him. I think he is one of the greatest right tackles. I just think that right there, it's like, he's not close enough to be that spooked yet, right? If he were more in the heels of 94, I'd be like, I totally get what's going on. But even now, I feel like he could have taken one more kick outside. And I only say that out of a place of love, of like, dude, I've been there. And I know for a fact this feeling of, holy shit, he's not coming. And who did I just turn free? The defensive end. And I didn't mean to, but I had to because that guy was my responsibility. That's why this is on nobody. Technically, it would fall into the letter of the law of Brian. But if you were to look at it as an offense, you'd be like, I totally understand this. JJ, you have to get rid of this ball. Like, as soon as you see him unblocked, you have to get rid of that ball.
So where's his hot on this play?
It should be the running back.
So this is just to go back here for a second. I'm explaining this like out loud for my own edification because this is great. This is great tutorial stuff. So essentially, because of the way that they called this from the center to the left, this is all handled over here. All of this is handled, and the question is, how are you handling with these two linemen, O'Neal and Fries, these three threats? And O'Neal thinks that because 55 takes a step in, that he is
up.
He's up and he's coming, right?
Yeah,
and in that case, you always have taught me that you protect from inside out. So if all three of these dudes are coming, even though this is a big boy edge rusher here, that these two guys would pick up these two players so that the free runner is coming around, takes him longer coming around the edge, right? Yes. Like you pick up from inside out.
Exactly.
So if 55 takes a step in and O'Neal steps up essentially to pick him up and McCarthy sees that, he has to throw hot.
You have to.
And
takes
my
one.
question is, where's the hot route on this?
It should be 33, but that's the problem. 33 is covered. See, he's like,
because 55 bails.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
He's like, oh no, right? They got us. I mean, technically here, go back real quick. It'd be Hawk. He kind of runs this flat route. Watch. It looks like he kind of gets lost in the shuffle a little bit. Like, watch. He does he's doing a nacho libre. Yeah, he's doing a nacho. We don't have a left tackle. We're in problems. We're chipping.
Yeah.
So which means you're not going to get any free release, right? You're losing. I'm thinking Aaron would originally be your hot route. He's running a flat route, but Hawk would be your other one. But you have to worry about him going through people. It's a great 5-man beater. The problem is it resulted in a fumble and the other team getting it. And 2, it could have been completely mitigated if you would have taken that running back out of the picture. Yeah. Right? You move him out instantly, that linebacker leaves, and now all of a sudden this lucky looks way better. And we're like, okay, listen, it's a 5-man box. We're clean. Let's roll. Like I said, in that moment, I don't think anyone's getting mad at anyone. It's like, hey, they got us. We got to be better. But we do have to be better, right? Like we have to be more on assignment. We have to know that it's a young quarterback. He's young into the season. He's going to have learning pains. We were talking about it before the show, like that interception that guy crawled over the back of the receiver. That was an incredible interception, dude. That was incredible. What do you want me to say? Everyone's like, oh, yeah. It's like,
yeah,
I made an incredible play. Now the interception.
And Jalen Naylor kind of slipped on when he broke that route.
The interception at the end of the game, that was not good, but that was also desperation, frustration, right? And we've seen that where quarterbacks are just like, God, nothing's working, just heave-ho it up there. But it's crazy because I think about that huge play with JJ up the middle right before halftime, and it's like, where was that the rest of the game? It's there. I'm not an idiot. I know the run game's there. I know that trading for the running back, Jordan Morgan.
Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason
Put some
from
respect on his name.
Sorry, there's 10,000 names in my head right now. From San Francisco, like, there's a reason we traded for him. We're not going to give something up for a guy that we're barely going to use, right? That's going to pay off eventually, but we have to get the rest of it going. We need to settle down the offense. We need to go out and have a little bit more fun. We need to extend drives, like you said. You can't, the first third down, you can't get sacked, and then all of a sudden the first 4th and inches, you can't totally miss it. Dude, it's at 4th and inches. It's almost like, guys, you could just put the ball over the line. Do something, right? Like, can't start a game like that and expect it to get better when all of a sudden the next third down we're giving up sacks, and then the next third down we're giving up MEs, and it's like, what are we doing? We're just going in repeat over and over. But I do have faith. Is there any word on CD? That's going to be a game time decision.
It's the same thing as the last 2 weeks. They're gonna. My guess is he practices in full or in part on Wednesday, Thursday, and then you find out 90 minutes before the game. You know, they keep it close to the vest. We do know that Carson Wentz is starting at quarterback. Yeah, and that's official.
I'm not really worried about that. I mean, I know a lot of people are super excited about him. I'm indifferent. I don't know what to think right now. I think that we need to clean up the upfront stuff first. We need to get Ryan back. We need to get CD back before I'm even like, offensively we're gonna strike the oil while it's there. It's like, let's get healthy. Let's get our number 2 receiver back. Let's get our running back back. Like, that's another thing. Now you're in a different position, right? Like, now you're kind of like, hey, guys, season started. We got to go. Is anyone healthy yet? No, we're into week 5 now. Is anyone healthy yet? Like, we got to go. And you're in a really tough division. Like, the Packers are smacking people in the face. The Lions just came back and beat the piss out of the Bears and laughed at them the entire time. Like, it's the wrong time of year to be injured and hurt and be like, we're not sure what's going on. Like, you better know. And I have faith in KOC that he'll get it done. It's just, how fast can they get back to normal? You know what I'm saying? Yep. How fast can they get all these guys back?
Yep. And it's real. If they want to make the playoffs, it's really, I know it's week 2 talking playoffs. But they have to win at least 2 of their next 3 games against a Joe Burrow-less Bengals team, and then you got the Steelers, which is going to be a tough beat in Dublin. Then you get the Browns in London going into your bye week. Because after the bye, it's a lot of Eagles and Ravens and Lions and Packers.
But you're kind of screwed, right? Like, you just took it. This is the first time that a team's ever been over to London and had to do 2 games back to back, right?
So I think the Jaguars have done back to back London. It's the first time a team has ever done 2 different cities in Europe in back to back.
That's what it is.
Which may not sound like much, but you're still moving your operation to a different
it's a lot.
site.
It's a lot. There's tables everywhere. There's curtains up. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, but more so, like, I love London. It is awesome. Mackey, have you ever been?
I've never been to Europe.
We need to go. Score North, OLC. We're all going. We're going to go over there and do a show live. It is the greatest time of your life. The worst fields to play a game on. They are so slippery. I mean, I'm not kidding you. So bad. Hated them. And now you're going over to play 2 of them. And it's like, I don't feel good about that at all. Like, it's just those games over there are different. The food is at over like 5 days. You're like, okay, I can only eat bangers and mash so much, guys. Like, this is not doing it for me anymore. That's why that whole stretch is going to be interesting. And now you have guys hurt through that stretch. It's just, it's compiling. I'm getting nervous.
You got to just find a way to get a dub at home on Sunday.
Got to tonight.
You are literally week to week right now until you get some of your awesome play. And we haven't even. I mean, the defense is a whole other thing. Van Ginkel out, Cashman out, Harrison Smith has not played a game yet.
Listen, I love Harry to death. I hope he's okay. Seriously, because they're missing him.
It sounds like it's not something that is
flu?
Like super detrimental. It's So
whatever
he'll be back at some point. Yeah.
They need him back badly. The leadership on that defense, like, you can't start the game with them gashing you for 25 yards. That is not the way we start this game. But more better days ahead. Let's get it.
Hey, great stuff. Alex Boone, the Rhino. Find him on the OLine Committee with myself and Jeremiah Searles. Teron Armstead, like we said earlier, was our guest this week. And then breaking down Vikings film on Purple Daily, these Trenches episodes. So, all right, dude. Thanks for staying up here, doing this breakdown. And we'll see what happens. Maybe Carson Wentz falls in line with a lot of other...
Wouldn't that be great?
Washed up quarterbacks that people thought their career was over until they put the purple on and resurrected things. We'll see. Sam Darnold, Case Keenum, Brett Favre, Gus Frerotte, your guy Sam Bradford.
Sam.
Once people thought he was washed up, now you guys missed the playoff. But you had a nice little offense for a while.
It was great. It was great.
So, all right, he's the Rhino. I am Phil Mackey, and this is Purple Daily. 365 days a year of Vikings takes. See you guys.